I'm Abagael Pruitt. I'm a rising third-year PhD student working with Dr. Jennifer Tank, and I'm currently at Shadow Ditch Watershed in Kosciuszko County, Indiana, where I do a ton of my research.
If you've ever driven around the Midwest, you've probably driven by a lot of corn, so you might understand how abundant and important farms are. A lot of my research focuses broadly on agricultural conservation practices. I grew up on a farm, and I've spent a ton of time talking to farmers, so I understand not only how important they are for feeding the world, but also for their importance in farmers' livelihoods. And so it's because of this that we're kind of in a tough place, because a lot of our current agricultural management practices aren't super sustainable and can lead to negative effects on water quality. For example, harvest of corn or soy happens in the fall, and then usually the ground is left bare in the winter and spring. But then when we have snow melt events or storms, topsoil and other things like fertilizer come off the field into nearby waterways. And then it makes its way downstream to lakes, reservoirs, and even the Gulf of Mexico. And this is bad because farmers lose money and the government also loses money from dredging and increased healthcare costs. But there are some ways to reduce runoff. One thing that can be done is planting cover crops. This agricultural conservation practice keeps plants on the field during the winter and spring and helps reduce sediment and nutrient runoff, thus improving water quality. And it's important that we tackle this problem in an interdisciplinary way because farmers should be able to keep their jobs and keep producing food without having as much of an impact on the environment. Here I am at Shadow Ditch Watershed taking water samples, which we do every 2 weeks. And I really like doing field work, but the thing that makes me the most excited about my research is that I've heard from farmers using agricultural conservation practices, and so we know that they work. They're seeing benefits they didn't totally expect, and they're excited about it too. And I think that makes my research a lot more fun, and I'm happy to be doing it. Growing up on a farm has made this research really valuable to me as well, and I've really enjoyed talking to my family about it because they've been really excited hearing about it too. And another thing that I also really enjoy about my research is that I get to do a ton of lab work, and I also get to work with a ton of really awesome people and meet a ton of really awesome people, which has been so exciting, and I've enjoyed all of it so much. And lastly, I enjoy my research because we have a ton of fun.
That lonesome feeling comes to